welcome back to my channel. If you are new, hi, my name is Melleny. If you'd like to get to know me a little bit better, all my social media links are linked down below in the description bar, so be sure to check that out if you're interested in any kind of way. So today I'm talking about all the books that I'm planning on reading this week. The tables have flipped this week. I'm reading more physical books than ebooks, which, you know, honestly, I can't say that I can complain about that, just because I'm honestly in the mood to flip some real pages and just get into it. So without further ado, I'm going to jump into my books. So the first thing that I'd like to talk about are the books that I absolutely must read. These are books that have deadlines, whether they're self-imposed or because I've signed up for a blog tour or so on. So the first book that I have here is Everything Girl. I have no idea who this is by, but I signed up for a blog tour for this quite recently, and I'm really excited to get into it because it is an adult contemporary. And I think it's going to be a really fun and interesting read. Honestly, I've been really feeling and loving the new adult/adult fiction novels, which are contemporaries and romancy and also cute and stuff. So I'm really excited to dive into this one. And then the second must-read ebook that I have is Realm of Nice, which once again I also have a blog tour for. This is at the end of the week, but obviously I need to get to it this week regardless of when it is. I'm not too sure what this was about, but I'm pretty sure this is a fantasy novel, and I think I signed up for it because I think it had to do with like the King Arthur legend, which I absolutely love. I studied it this year in my English class and uni, and I actually really loved it, so I'm really excited to jump into this. The last must-read book that I actually have on my list that, you know, is like strict is The Merciful Crow by Margaret Owen. For this, I am participating in the Fairy Loot read-along for it. I think that is such a great idea because that way, as you get the book, you kind of read it and finish it. You have to read about 70 to 80 pages a day, which I actually don't mind at all. I've already put in my bookmarks on where I need to end every day. So I'm very excited to jump into this one. I'm probably going to jump into it pretty soon just to get my pages for the day done. Like I said, like 80 pages is pretty manageable. For today, we have to end on page 77, which is a good like chunk of the way in, I will say. But I'm very excited for this one. I've heard really great things about it and it sounds so very interesting. I'm all for rebellion, and I actually read the author's note. I think it's going to be like one of the books that I'm really going to enjoy, so I can't wait to jump into it. The next couple of books are books that I'm in the mood for. They don't have particular deadlines, and if there are deadlines for it, they're not really fast approaching, and they're kind of what I'm in the mood for right now. So let's dive in. The first book that I have here is The Butterfly Girl by Renee Denfeld. I'm actually currently reading this. I'm only 25 pages in, which is about here, and I'm really looking forward to finishing it because I'm really enjoying the story. Despite only having read 25 pages, I just haven't been in the biggest reading mood right now. But I'm really excited to continue with this because I think this is going to be an absolutely amazing read. And it's such a short read as well. So I'm really excited for this. The next book that I have here is Nevernight by Jay Kristoff. I have in fact already read this book this year, but a read-along came along and I was just like, you know what? Why not reread it? So I'm participating in the Nevernight read-along hosted by Midnight Books. Amir is one of my favorite people on the the universe. Their feed is amazing. I'll definitely check it out if you have the chance. They put in so much effort into their feed and you can see it. So they are currently hosting a read-along for this as well as for God's Grave, and I worked it out that I have to read about 30 pages a day in the next 2 weeks to finish it. As with The Merciful Crow, I decided to also put in all of the bookmarks that I need for this week, just because that way it's easier for me to gauge when and where I need to be. I might read more than 30 pages a day for this, but I just really want to start off with reading 30 pages a day. Bookmarks are not on the precise 30 pages, but rather to the closest chapter ending after those 30 pages. So sometimes I'll have exactly 30, other times I will have less than 30, depending on when and where the previous bookmark landed up. But I'm very excited to reread this book. I'm actually going to be annotating this time around, which is why I really prefer the 30-page chunk, because that way I can really focus on what I'm reading, take it in, and actually annotate it. I already have dog-eared a couple of places, but I really want to annotate it. I'm looking forward to seeing when the UK hardcover editions are available, because this is the trade. I'm really excited to jump back into the world of Mia. She is an amazing character, so I can't wait to read more. Then the last book that I have on my TBR for this week, and this is just to fluff up some stuff, and that is Did I Mention I Need You by Stella Mascame. I have been meaning to continue with the series because I read The first book that I mentioned, I Love You and Just Don't Mention It, which is from Tyler's point of view, kind of closely together in the beginning of the year, and we're kind of rushing and like racing towards the end, and I still haven't finished the series, and I really want to finish it by the end of the year, so I figured that I would pick up this book. Thank you so much for joining me in today's video. Let me know what you're reading this week or what you're currently reading. I'm always intrigued to see what everyone is reading, and I will see you in the next video.